Phon encodes syllable constituency information, such as whether a phone is an onset, nucleus, coda, or appendix, using the syllabification and alignment view. For example, let's look at the syllabification of the word sing in record 3 of our sample session. Looking at the target syllables tier, we can see that the onset S is in dark blue, the nucleus I is in red, and the coda eng is in green. If you make any changes to the IPA target in the record data view, these changes will be reflected in the target syllables tier and any new sounds will be resyllabified. Initially, Phon determines syllable constituency of elements using one of several built-in syllabifiers, based on syllabification rules for a specific language. English syllables, for example, may include branching onsets or codas in words like trunk. When syllabifying English data, we'd want to use a set of rules which allows for sequences of one or more onsets or codas. In some English words, such as strengths, there can be left and right appendices to syllables, such as the S at the beginning and the theta and the S at the end of the word. Syllabification of English data would also require a set of rules incorporating these types of constituent. When you first install Phon, the default syllabifier is set to English. To change the default syllabifier, you should first save and close all open sessions. Then, go to the Phon menu and select Preferences. In the Session Editor tab, choose the appropriate syllabifier language. Phon has available syllabifiers in a number of different languages, and more syllabifiers can be created based on user or researcher input. Phon also draws alignment associations between IPA target and IPA actual transcriptions, so that searches may be performed to see whether sounds are added, deleted, or mispronounced in a participant's speech. For example, in the alignment for the word strengths, we can see that the initial S and T are not produced in the IPA actual, and so these sounds align with nothing, and the final S is produced as a Z, and so these sounds align with each other. This alignment is performed by Phon using a probabilistic or best guess algorithm, and so when IPA actual differs from IPA target, there may be errors in the alignment. Both syllabification and alignment for each record should be verified by a user before any conclusive searches can be performed. This may take up some time, but is an essential part of the process of phonological analysis using Phon. Before you verify alignment data, if the language of your project is not the same as the current syllabifier language, or if you've recently changed a syllabifier, or if you've recently edited a lot of orthography or IPA forms, you should resyllabify your records to minimize errors in the automatic syllabification and alignment. First, save and close all open sessions. Then, go to the Project menu and select Check Transcriptions. Choose the Reset Syllabification option and choose an appropriate syllabifier language. Then, select Also Reset Phone Alignment. Select all appropriate sessions. In this case, we'll select the entire project, but the menu can be expanded to access individual sessions. Click Next. When the Check Transcriptions window has finished working, click Cancel. You are now ready to verify your syllabification and alignment. Let's start by looking at some syllabification. In the example record for the word singer, There are two syllables, and each syllable has been labeled by the syllabifier as beginning with an onset. However, in English, the eng or velar nasal can only occur in the coda position. To change a phone's syllable constituent value, right-click on the phone and choose the correct syllable constituent type. Note that changing the syllabification of a phone in the target syllables tier does not affect the syllabification in the actual syllables tier, and vice versa. You may also wish to change the syllabification of the corresponding sound in the other tier. This next record is a French word, because our participant speaks both French and English. English is not likely to be the ideal syllabifier for this record. You can change the syllabifier for an individual record by right-clicking the phones in the syllabification tier and choosing Syllabify using and selecting the appropriate language. Note that this changes the way the program syllabifies the target form, and that we must also change the syllabifier for the actual form. Now let's turn to phone alignment. You may choose to leave the alignment tier in black and white, or you can choose to color in alignment so that you can view the constituent types at the same time. In this record, the alignment seems to be accurate. Syllable nuclei are aligned with each other, onsets are aligned with each other, codas are also aligned with each other, and the sounds aligned between target and actual seem similar. In this record, the onset of day in the child's speech is not aligned with the onset of day in the target form. The T here aligns with the theta from the previous syllable instead. In this case, it would probably be more appropriate if T were aligned with D. To change the alignment of a phone, you may click on it and drag it into the preferable position. Alternately, you may use the keyboard. Select the sound you wish to move and press Option right arrow to move it to the right, or Option left arrow to move it to the left. To switch between the target phones and the actual phones when using the keyboard, press Option up or Option down. Alignment can be changed from either tier. In this next record, we have another alignment issue, where the singleton onset D in the child's production of the word grass is aligned with the approximate R in the target. Preferably, D should be aligned with a stop consonant G, and so we should adjust this alignment. Before performing searches in Phon, you should look at all records and make these types of syllabification and alignment adjustments where necessary.